I want you all to think about your busiest day of the week. The day that you go, you don't stop. The day that you finish and you kind of go, I wish I wasn't in this position. We all have those days. I'm here to tell you that you don't need to feel this way. This is something that we experience so often, but it's not necessary. And there's a simple way, I can't tell you how to fix it all, but there's a simple way you can make things better. That's by taking a break, okay? Now I know taking a break kind of seems simple. We learn about it all the time. But the thing is we're pretty bad at taking breaks. We really don't value them in society. Instead, what we do is we're taught to go, go, go. But the truth is a good break can help you with productivity. It can help you feel more peace in life, okay? So let's start with this productivity idea, okay? So the University of Illinois, they did a study. They determined that brief diversions vastly improve focus. Now this might not make a lot of sense at first. You don't not focus in order to focus, right? It doesn't make a lot of sense. But if you think of your body as a machine, or your mind as a machine, it makes way more sense. If you never went out and you never filled up your car with gas, you wouldn't be shocked when you went out one day and the car wasn't going. It's something, and yet we burn ourselves out. We go and we get up at 6 a.m., we go to bed at midnight, we do it again the next day and the next day and the next day, then we go, oh my gosh, why am I so tired all the time? I get home and all I want to do is lay on the couch and watch Netflix. It makes sense when you think about it. Now this isn't the only way that it helps with productivity. The University of British Columbia did this study, where they determined that activity in numerous brain regions increases when our minds wander. Again, might not make a lot of sense. When you're thinking, right, that's when you should be coming up with your best ideas. But think about this. Who here has their best ideas while they're showering or right before they're about to fall asleep? Yeah? Next time any of you are having trouble with homework, this is what I do. Go take a break for 5 minutes. Let your mind wander. You'll be shocked. You might actually get your homework done faster that way. All right? See, the thing is that taking breaks reinvigorates us. It refuels us. It helps us live better lives, lives that are full of more quality thoughts, lives that are full of just more productivity, right? But along with that, it gives us peace. Now to talk about peace, I know peace is a pretty nebulous idea. So to talk about peace, I want to first start talking about the society that we're living in, which honestly I think is kind of an unfortunate state. And let me explain to you why. This is Dr. Stephanie Brown, this next quote. She wrote this for the New York Post, okay? She said, "You juggle 10 plates while you brag about your 90-hour week and pop your Ambien to get to sleep." Then she follows this up with, "This is success in America. Progress equals fast, which equals success, a recipe for addiction." We really are addicted to this. We aren't taught that you get anything done at all when you take a break. We're taught you need to work harder if you want to find success. You need to do more. You need to get something to put on that resume. You need to get those A's. And we burn ourselves out, right? And when we're not working really hard, we do this. This is a song by Father John Misty, and the title of it is Total Entertainment Forever. When we aren't working hard, we're looking for any boost of serotonin we can get from social media, from anything that can just give us that little bit of high to keep us going, right? If, in other words, if we're not making money for people while working, we better be making money for people while relaxing. It's unhealthy. This is not a human condition, okay? This is something that's systemic. This is a part of our society. You go back 100, 200 years, you don't have people putting themselves through these things. But you do have people who are being forced into things that are similar to this. But now we subject ourselves to it because we feel like anything less is failure. When in reality, our minds crave nothingness. They crave any bit of peace they can find from just being able to experience living for a bit. And we don't give it to them. Instead, we fill our minds with other things, or we keep working, and we tell ourselves that will help us succeed. But it doesn't. Okay? Now, I know that for some of you, this might be hard. It might be a hard thing to grasp, right? A hard thing to kind of put into your life. Say, okay, look, I am working a bajillion hours a week. I don't have time for this. And I get it. We live in that society. But for that reason, I want to tell you a little bit about how to take a good break, how to do it right, okay? So to do that, I have this portion here called How to Break. We're going to go through how to take a good break, which is harder than it seems. The first thing that you needed to do is define a time, okay? Define a time in your day. If you have time for 10 minutes, if you have time for 2 hours, I don't care, but make sure it's a defined time. That way you learn to value that time, right? You learn to make it something worthwhile. When you do that, you make it structured and you make it something important to you. When you find that time, what you then need to do is you need to think about the things that will actually re-energize you, that'll bring you joy. By the time you're done with it, you feel better. I don't care if it's hanging out with your spouse or your boyfriend or girlfriend. I don't care if it's taking your dog on a walk, just going for a walk by yourself. That's what it is for me, or playing Tetris, I guess, for me too. Whatever it is, if by the end of it you feel more energized, more invigorated, with more ideas, that's how you can know that what you're doing is something that's good to do to take a break, right? So the final thing, and this is maybe the most important, is write it down. Write these things down and do them. Those of you who have a phone right now, feel free, if you have any thoughts about a time to do it or a thing to do, write those things down. It'll be worthwhile. Yeah, feel free to take a picture of it, whatever you need, because these things can really help you in life. I'll wait for everyone to take a break and take a picture. Okay. So, all right, everyone got it? Okay, cool. So, I need you all to trust me. Like I mentioned, we are taught in life to not take a break. We are taught you need to work harder. There will be times in your life where you feel like you don't have time, but I'm going to tell you that you don't have time to not take a break. Taking a break will make your life better. It will make your life more fulfilling, okay? So, if you do these things, I promise you, your life will be more peaceful. Your life will be more productive, more worthwhile. So I encourage you all to go out and just take a break.